Hi everybody, this is installment 3 of the Quarantine Plays. This is a piece I wrote called The Fault Is Not in Our Stars. The screen is showing an apartment living room in the background. We hear Boreden's String Quartet No. 2, third movement, Nocturne. Top of a chair is visible. We hear a voice in the distance, but we can only barely hear it. Great, thanks for bringing it up. Sorry about the front door sticking like that. Indistinct voices talk back. Yeah, right, you too. Stay safe out there. There's the slamming of a door, the rustling of a paper bag, and we see Ben walk past the camera towards the kitchen. Aw, damn it. They forgot the soy sauce. How am I supposed to eat pot stickers without soy sauce? Damn it, damn it, damn it. Ben walks back into the camera view and realizes he is filming. Oh, crap. Sorry everyone, I started to stream and then the doorbell rang and I had to go and let the delivery guy in. My dinner for Mr. Chow. Sweet and sour chicken and pot stickers, except they forgot the soy sauce. Alright, let me get myself together here. What are we supposed to be talking about? He shuffles some papers on his desk. Think about Hamlet's relationship with Ophelia. Does he love her? Does he stop loving her? Did he ever love her? What evidence can you find in the play to support your opinion? Jesus, who wrote this syllabus? He rubs his forehead with his hands. Okay, does Hamlet love Ophelia? I mean, he must, right? Look at how he talks to her. Sure, he pushes her away, but she is kind of clingy, don't you think? Of course, that's because she's spying on him for her dear old dad. And what about the letter he sends her in Act 2, Scene 2? He writes, "Never doubt I love." And then he tells her that everything else around her may not be true, but his love is for real. And after she drowns, when he stops in the graveyard, Hamlet confronts Laertes about his accusations that he never really loved her. And Hamlet says, "I loved Ophelia. 40,000 brothers could not, with all their quantity of love, make up my sum." He's got no reason to defend loving her, but he still does it. And if that's not love, I don't know what really is. He stops. You know what? Who cares? We've got 150,000 people dead out there. 150,000. Do you know that's as many people were killed by the nuclear bomb dropped on Hiroshima? 150,000 people who won't see their grandkids or wives or husbands or kids ever again. 150,000 people who won't wake up tomorrow and see the sunshine or smell the coffee brewing in the kitchen or hear the singing of a bird. 150,000 people who are going to become a memory that will eventually fade and then disappear. 150,000 people that died for absolutely no reason other than greed and callousness and stupidity. 150,000 people. Let this sink in. I know this is supposed to be a Shakespeare class, but I ask you, how can you really think about this crap? He throws a stack of papers in the air. How can you think when the world is falling down around you? He stops. Papers are falling all around him. He puts his head on the desk in front of the camera, and after a moment he lifts his head and looks directly into it. I'm sorry, I really am. Y'all deserve better than this. Y'all deserve so much better. I remember being your age. I remember feeling like the future was right there within my grasp. I remember that I felt like I was invincible, that I could do anything. But I'm not sure you all feel that way. How could you, when every person you pass on the street you're afraid of? Even the people you know. How could you feel invincible when you hear somebody cough, even inside a mask, and you turn away, afraid that they'll infect you? How can you feel like you have a future when you're afraid to go outside because who knows what's hanging in the air you're breathing? I get it. I'm scared too. When I went to open the door for my food, I was so careful about taking the bag from somebody I knew. I've known this man for months or years. He's been delivering my food to me. But because of the pandemic, I'm afraid of him. I know there's no real need to be afraid of him, but I still am. He stops and listens to the music playing for a moment. So here's what we're going to do with the time we have left. We're going to find some words that will help us make us strong. We're going to search through the canon of Mr. Shakespeare's work and find inspiration. I want all of you to take out your texts and send me the words. You can cheat and look them up on the internet. I don't care. You can paraphrase ones that you kind of remember. You can do whatever. Just send them to me and I'll share them with the class. You know what? Let's make a game of it. You send me the quotes and I'll try and remember what player they're from. All right? See who's first. Okay, Mackenzie writes, cowards die many times before their deaths. The valiant never taste of death but once. That's a tough one right off the bat. Julius Caesar, I think. He looks at the screen. Yay! All right, next. Jeremy. It is held that valor is the chiefest virtue, and most dignified's the haver. You guys are not making this easy for me, are you? I'll say Coriolanus. He looks at the screen. Yes, 2 for 2. Okay, give it to me this time. Dominique. Boldness be my friend. Ooh, that's a tough one. I'm going to say Cymbeline, Act 1, Scene 6. Am I right? He looks at the screen. Okay, I have to admit I cheated. I was in Cymbeline in college. I played Cloten. Not a very good production. Piece of scenery fell on Imogene's head during Act 1. She had a concussion and the stage crew had to go in on her place, complete with his tool belt and the Leonard Skinner t-shirt. It's quite a sight to see, reading out of a script and trying his best to act like royalty. Okay, next. Big John, what you got? A fool thinks himself to be wise, but a wise man knows himself to be a fool. Making a political statement, John? That's from As You Like It, I believe. He looks at the screen for verification. That was a close one. I'd have bet 50-50 on that one. All right, one more. Delia, what's yours? It is not in the stars to hold our destiny, but in ourselves. Well, that's a paraphrase, but a good one. The actual line is, the fault, dear Brutus, is not in our stars, but in ourselves, that we are underlings. And that takes us all the way back around to Julius Caesar. Delia, your paraphrase seems a lot more apt to the current situation than the direct quote. We are all the product of what we do, what we think, what we feel. If we take this moment in time and withdraw and recede into our shells, then we miss an opportunity to become greater than we were before. If we reach out to those around us, if we support each other, then we can become the thing that conquers the stars. That's not to say that we should forego all the precautions and preventions that keep us from harming ourselves or others. It does mean that we need to reach beyond them and find ways to connect and fill the spaces between us. We are all that band of brothers, and we should act as such. He picks up some of the scattered papers on his desk. I think that's enough for today. My Chinese food is getting cold. Let me leave you with this from Measure for Measure. The web of our life is of a mingled yarn, good and ill together. Our virtues would be proud if our faults whipped them not, and our crimes would despair if they were not cherished by our virtues. Be safe, everyone. See you next Wednesday. He reaches down to gather the papers on the floor, and the music continues to play, and lights fade. Hope you enjoyed. Remember at all times, boys and girls, I'm not an actor. Bye.